In cold northern climates, when spring begins to show its face, you know it will soon be time for maple sugaring. We know the time is right when the nights are cold, below freezing, and the days warm up above freezing. There are some key vocabulary words that will help you understand the process. A sugar bush is a grove of sugar maple trees that are tapped in springtime. A sugar maple tree is a type of maple that is a source of sap for syrup. Tapping is the process of gathering sap from maple trees. Sap is a clear water-like liquid from maple trees. When boiled, it becomes syrup. A spile is a small wooden or metal spout for tapping sap from a maple tree. The sugar shack is the shelter where the sugaring process takes place. And finally, an evaporator is a wood or oil-fired appliance used to heat sap and reduce water content. The first step in the process is tapping. In order to tap a tree, you need a drill and a spile. Drill a hole into the tree, then place the spile into the hole. Hang a bucket on the tree and sit back and watch it fill with sap. They say optimal flow for sap is 2 drops of sap per heartbeat. That rate of flow will assure a good crop. It takes approximately 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of pure maple syrup. That's a lot of sap. This is an evaporator, a very small one, but it does the trick. This particular evaporator is wood-fired, as you can see here. The sap will be boiled for hours and hours in this evaporator. Most evaporators are wood-fired, but some of the large commercial businesses have gigantic oil-fired evaporators. When you heat the sap, water evaporates from it. By eliminating the water, the sugar content becomes higher and the color changes. Where does the water go? Do you remember studying about the water cycle? What do you remember about that process? Notice the steam coming off of the evaporator. What is that steam? Maple sap is approximately 2% sugar. If you taste the sap, you really can't detect the sugar. It needs to be boiled to eliminate most of the water before it becomes flavorful. There are several different grades of syrup. Grade A syrup must have a 66% sugar content. That's quite an increase from raw sap. Finally, after many steps and a considerable amount of time, the perfect consistency of syrup is achieved. The sap you see here has a ways to go, but pretty soon it'll be ready. Then all you'll need are some pancakes. Now, don't be fooled into thinking that the only product made from maple is syrup. Oh no, there's a huge variety of products you might find. Maple sugar, maple candy, maple cream, maple vinegar, and yes, maple cotton candy. So if you live in or are traveling to a northern climate and it happens to be springtime, keep your eye out for the buckets on the maple tree. My guess is there's a maple festival nearby and you're in for a treat.